Welcome back, everybody. This is Camp Therapy. My name is Ed Hauser. I want to take you guys on a trip that me and my family went to Davis Mountains State Park. We stayed at the Davis Mountains RV Park, and it was amazing. There's plenty of places to park there. It's very well kept. There's a little road that you have to go to get there from Austin, but we decided to stay at the Davis Mountains RV Park. It is really nice. I'll show you more pictures. We went to the Davis Mountains State Park. We went to the McDonald's Observatory. Later on, we traveled down to see Marfa. We actually saw the Marfa lights. And finally, we ended up our trip at Fort Davis National Historic Site, which was beautiful. Our first morning there was incredible. We set up early. We have all our stuff thrown all over the place. My son woke up really early and started looking at his famous YouTube while we got things together and ready for breakfast. Took a short walk over to the bathroom. It is very small. There's one stall for the men's restroom, but look how nice and clean and open this is. There's a space heater in place, a nice walk-in shower, and really nice fixtures that are on the wall there. Hard concrete floor, but what do you expect? It's inside a RV park bathroom, but it was really nice. Very impressed with the bathroom setup that they have at the Davis Mountains RV Park. So we spent the rest of the morning just strolling around and taking in the views at this incredible RV park. Of course, we have our 6x12 cargo trailer conversion, and it's very small and quaint, so it's easy to not have to spend too much time in there and spend more time walking around as a family. My extended family came. This is my younger brother, Micah. We had a really good time hiking around, and that's my wife, Jennifer. It's just a great open place. There's the moon sitting there high in the sky as we started our morning off over the weekend at Fort Davis. And I'll just take a second and let you guys experience how beautiful the sunrises are there. Just beautiful. That's my brother stretching his back out on a gigantic boulder that was right outside the restroom. So as we got things put up and ready to go, we had our breakfast. We decided to head out. The first place that we went to was the Davis Mountains State Park. And it was, jaw-dropping. So we didn't stay at the Indian Lodge, but it is a really nice kind of resort-style lodge that's there. We went and saw some birds at the bird viewing area, a really nice little area that they have built up. Very well kept. Nice and clean, huge open windows that you can view these birds quietly inside the structure that they have built right at the front of the park. You go into the park and you turn your first right, and there's a big bird viewing area. That's our kids playing around on some rocks that are sitting right outside the bird viewing area before we made our way to the very highest point of the Davis Mountains State Park. It was majestic. Unbelievable views on this very blue skied day. We hiked around and found many different things. Of course, our kids like to find little rocks and little sticks and stones that they can put inside my truck to roll around on the way home. So me and my wife took as many selfies as we could as the day drew on, and we continued to take pictures at the incredible landscape there. We found a structure sticking way up high. We walked to it, and it was a tower that you can walk up a spiral staircase and oversee everything that the Davis Mountains State Park has to offer. In every corner, there is a picturesque screensaver for you to behold. It was amazing. I highly recommend going to the Davis Mountains State Park. When we came down from the tower, we decided to hike further west, and we ran into a structure that was built, a little stone structure for viewing. So I made my way in, and as soon as I get into this area right here, boy, was it cold. This area is super cold. In the middle of the day, it's probably around 2 o'clock. Made my way outside, and my family's there waiting for me to just look how incredible this valley is. Right here in Texas. Now, it's several miles west of Austin, Texas, where we live, but it's a short drive. We did it in one day, and man, it was incredible. That's my son taking in the views. Look at that. Just incredible landscape. After we left that area, we decided to make our way over to a little bench area that has teed off windows. It's got a long bench you can sit down, and we rested there, and we decided to move forward to the Prada store on our way to Mafa, Texas. The Prada store is an art installment that somebody put way out in the middle of nowhere, and behind the Prada store that has shoes and everything. You can't walk inside of it, but the fence lining behind the building has thousands upon thousands of little memorabilia locks. So bring a lock with your family if you decide to go out this way, West Texas, and stick a lock on this fence. It's a great way to kind of place this moment in time. And ours is a very small lock. We don't want to spend too much time on it, but it is kind of nice to do as a family. And so many other people have done it too. It's just a great way to put this memory in stone. After we placed our lock, we went back to the front of the building, took some more photos, and just took it all in. What an extremely beautiful day it was on our way to Mafa. We got to Mafa and we saw the Mafa lights, which was amazing, quite frankly. We went to the Blue Mountain Bar and Grill, which is inside Fort Davis. We sat and had a hot meal. It was wonderful. We took some photos in front of a gorgeous mural there. My family, unfortunately, had to leave the next morning, so we made our way over to the Fort Davis National Historic Site. Now, this place, in my opinion, is an unsung hero. It is a national treasure, in my opinion, and so many incredible views and places you can take photos that you can lock in your phone forever. It's a frontier post. Fort Davis is one of the best surviving examples of an Indian War's frontier military post in the Southwest. Now, this is directly from the National Park Service website. From 1854 to 1891, Fort Davis was strategically located to protect immigrants, mail coaches, and freight wagons on the Trans-Pecos portion of the San Antonio-El Paso Road on the Chihuahua Trail. You can feel the history of this place when you walk through the hallways, when you stand on the porches, and when you walk into the structures and the buildings. And the time spent to preserve this was just amazing, quite humbling. We walked through one of the forts there to see where all the soldiers would sleep and how they would heat their rooms and where they would keep their firearms and their clothes and how they would have to leave their beds before they go off. There's people there to describe everything to you as you walk through, and it was great. It was like a living museum. So many beautiful areas that you can take photos. This is my son just exploring on his own. This little building way out in the corner, on the far west corner of the fort there, was an armory building. My son went to explore on his own, and he wanted to go there by himself to just feel what it's like to be by himself exploring, and I thought that was great. There's hallways that lead to other hallways that lead to other rooms and more history. So when you go, please plan a day, pack a lunch, bring some water because it can get pretty dry out there. Bring plenty of chapstick and lotion because you'll dry out. It's far west Texas. We had such a good time there. From Fort Davis, we left northwest to the McDonald Observatory. It's located really high on the Davis Mountains of West Texas, just northwest of Fort Davis. McDonald Observatory offers unique setting for teacher workshops, classroom field trips, and other educational activities throughout the year. And it's about 450 miles west of Austin, Texas. It's got all these telescopes that are just phenomenal and amazing to look at. These telescopes are really cool. Astronomers use them to study everything from the asteroids and the planets in our own solar system to galaxies billions of light years away. And it's just fascinating to go inside and see what they have to offer. It was really cool because when we went, the Hobby Elderly Telescope is what this one is called, was actually rotating on an axis that it has to aim itself at a deeper space in the sky. They gather and focus light from other objects in the sky so that it can be directed to an instrument attached to the telescope. It's pretty wild. We had a great time there. We took so many family photos before we made our way back to the Fort Davis RV park. The night was beautiful, and we just had the best time before we left seeing Fort Davis. Please come back every week to Camp Therapy. Like and subscribe. We plan to bring more adventures to you and get out there. Have a good time. See you guys.